Multiple neurosurgeons gave me a 1 in a million chance of ever feeding myself again.
Exercise is the single most important thing for my recovery process. Staying active, staying healthy, it's greatly improved the quality of my life.
Alright, we are here at C.O.R.E in Los Angeles, California with my friend Aaron Baker. You might know Aaron from his Netflix documentary, Coming to My Senses. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. If you don't have Netflix, what are you doing with your life?
Great to have you here today, man. Welcome to C.O.R.E. C.O.R.E stands for the Center of Restorative Exercise. We bridge the gap between rehabilitation and regular fitness. We're inclusive for the 1 in 5 Americans that has some form of disabling condition, but we specialize in spinal cord injury because that's where I come from. 19 years post-injury, I broke my neck racing motocross.
Multiple neurosurgeons gave me a 1 in a million chance of ever feeding myself again.
And have since been able to set and achieve a lot of milestones along my road to recovery. Cool, so glad you're here. You want to have a workout?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Alright, first thing we got to do, take care of the business.
Perfect, sounds great.
Get changed up.
Let's do it, man.
Exercise is the single most important thing for my recovery process. Staying active, staying healthy, it's greatly improved the quality of my life. It helps me reduce all the secondary complications that typically accompany this condition, preventing skin breakdown, keeping my bones strong, my joints from contracting, just staying healthy. And the whole point is recovery. I want that neural drive, I want that connection. I started by painting my toes rainbow colors and visualizing movement. I still do it. I'm still in here in the gym making that connection.
This is made by Cybex, called the Total Access. Check this out, it's pretty cool. You get to do the lift in your chair.
So, unlike Richard, I'm a recovering quadriplegic, so my upper body is totally compromised. My hands, my grip strength. I use this mitt here, Active Hands, goes around my hand and straps me onto the machine. Now I'm on.
Oh, this is the back one. You really don't have to lock your chair. All the way. This machine's incredible. You could never find something like this at a commercial gym. Can people get regular gym memberships here?
Of course, yeah. Independence is what we kind of promote here. You can have one-on-ones, obviously, but the whole point is to become independent and come here at your own leisure.
Guys, if you're in LA and you need an adaptive gym, don't go to anywhere else, come here.
So the cool thing about this place, when my mom and I developed it, is from a client point of view. I'm a recovering quadriplegic. I know I need this type of exercise for the rest of my life. So when we're researching and trying to find the different types of pieces of equipment, it's the little things that make a big difference in my ability to access and use this equipment. We've got equipment like the Galileo vibrating plate, FES bikes, all this stuff is super accessible. Total Access line makes a big difference in your ability to use this type of equipment independently.
I imagine if I was more complete, I'd have to ask people, hey, can you load up these plates? Can you take these plates off? Hey, can you adjust this? And I wouldn't want to be bothering people and annoying people all day while I'm at the gym, because one of my biggest goals is complete independence. You know, it's not wrong to ask for help, it's not bad to need help, but in the worst case scenario, when it's only you need to have the skills and the tools available to be able to figure things out on your own. You know, these problem solving skills become more and more natural over time, but in the beginning, you know, make it a goal for yourself to say, okay, I'm gonna find a way to be the most independent I can be given my level of injury. I would have never thought of that, never.
It's little things, you gotta improvise.
Little things. Alright, so another cool thing about this particular pec deck is the adjustments you can reach in your chair. So most other gyms that I've been to, most other commercial gyms, the ability to reach it in your chair is close to impossible. You get your height, again, you can adjust it right here. This one doesn't have a sliding out, it doesn't slide out, but you can transfer it at this height. It's about the same height as your chair anyway. So I can do a quick transfer. Boop. I'm right in. The uglier the face, the bigger the gains, bro. The uglier the face.
So I'm pretty fortunate. I'm a recovering quadriplegic, meaning I've had a pretty good recovery. I can stand and walk with a single point cane. I use a walker sometimes. I use the chair probably 50% of the time. Right here I'm gonna do trunk, flexion, extension. This strengthens my torso, my core, abdomen, obliques, spinal extensors. Right here, get my feet equidistant. I usually put it on 60 to start, and I'll do 60 by 60. So 60 pounds, 60 reps.
This is my first time using a machine like this that I can remember. I might have used something similar. I got a lower level injury. Mine's at L2, which is right below the belly button. So I've got a pretty strong core. You know, I can lean left, lean right, go forward, balance, sitting on my own. I'm gonna give this a shot, going a little bit heavier, but I might look weak. I'm gonna look really weak because I haven't trained my core very much. So we'll see what happens. Here's a rickshaw. Tricep press down. This is good for the lower pec, triceps, and even a little bit of shoulders. A lot of quads have good biceps and really bad triceps. So you want to be able to strengthen those triceps as much as possible. I am a para, as you can see, so I've got plenty. The only challenge I have is my left elbow's range of motion. Left elbow's made of metal. If you want to know more about that, there's a video that's gonna get linked somewhere that has to do about my body and my injuries and all that stuff. Whew, this burns. But yeah, one of the things, a lot of stuff I've noticed about working out for me personally is mindset, discipline, and just general like energy. You know, it makes me want to eat right, it makes me feel good, it makes me sleep better, my bladder program better. I don't have to worry about as many skin issues because all my circulation is flowing through my body really well. It's a freedom for me, more than just an exercise. It's a passion, it's a desire, it's something to become the best version of yourself. And I've found that a lot of the principles I can put into the gym, you know, small increments, increasing, getting stronger over time, trying new things, see what works, see what doesn't work, those can be applied to life. There's a lot of life lessons to be learned in the gym. Find a way to get in the gym, get strong, get active, and you're recreating that neural link. Your brain is talking to your body again. And I know even something silly like me tensing doing a chest press activated my abdomen, which activated my glutes, which activated my quads, which, you know, I was able to get my legs stronger and ride a pedal bike and then eventually squat on a Smith machine and be able to walk with a crutch or even no crutch at all for short distances. So don't think about what you can't do, think about what you can do, and then be the best at what you can do, and then maybe new opportunities and more abilities will come along. So it's incredible what the body can do. It literally changes all the time.
I specifically chose a Smith machine to have in core for newly injured individuals because it's a really safe way of performing barbell exercises because it's locked in on a set of tracks. You can do a lot of things with that bar safely, secure with the latches.
I'm a big fan of starting out with the Smith machine versus any other barbell option. You don't have to worry about tipping over left and right. If you drop it on yourself, you're not gonna get hurt because you can latch it and you'll be good to go. Barbells definitely have more danger, and I tend to like the Smith just because there's a lot of safety to it, especially for us guys. The biggest challenge of using a Smith machine is getting your bench in the right place. If I'm doing incline, I like to have the bar right above my nipples. If I'm doing decline, I like to have the bar like right on or right below my nipples, just so it gets that good contraction. That's the biggest pain, but once you're set up, you're set up. Like it's just good to go. And you can push yourself to limits without being afraid, because if anything goes wrong, you can just lock it in place. Talking and moving weight at the same time, challenging.
So although I can stand and maneuver around this piece of equipment. Whenever I'm doing any exercise, I like to keep a bench close by so that if I lose my balance or I need that added support, it's there to catch my fall or stabilize me. So I'm going to be doing a cable crossover or an iron cross with these cables, and I'm going to straddle this bench to keep my knees and hips and feet the right distance and there in case I fall.
Another big tip I have, train with intensity. Even in your physical therapy, like even if they're having you just sit up, even if having kick your legs, like get into it, like get in the mindset that you are a machine. Get in the mindset that you're reconnecting your brain to your body. Grunt, make noises, holler. Like you don't have to treat it like a library, like you're there to get better. Physical therapists are gonna wanna work with you the more effort and the more energy you put into getting better, because they wanna see you succeed just as much as you wanna succeed. Try as hard as you can. And if as hard as you can isn't that good, it doesn't matter. You're still trying. Push yourself.
Yeah, you got to think about the spinal cord like a water hose having a kink in it. And the more mental pressure you can build up behind that kink, something's going to get past, it's going to trickle past, and ultimately that pressure is going to carry over and burst through and turn a neural pathway into a superneural highway. Primary movers will become stabilizers, or stabilizers will compensate and become primary movers. So we become master compensators. We learn how to leverage the body mechanics. I mean, that's what
the body does, dude.
Yeah, if you were to take me and do manual muscle testing on me, incrementally, one muscle at a time, you'd find I'm extremely weak. But if you get me in here and you watch me how I am able to move and manage my body, it's because I leverage my strength.
One of the things that I find really frustrating with the commercial gyms is their lack of cardio equipment or accessible cardio equipment. At one of the gyms I go to, all they have is like an infinity rope that you can just pull for forever, and the other gym that I go to just has ropes. So that gives me two options that I really don't like. One of the things here at C.O.R.E is they have a plethora of cardio equipment and mobility exercise. What we're about to see Aaron use here in a minute is something where you use your hands and your feet. So whenever your feet are lacking, you can use your hands. Whenever your hands are lacking, you can use your feet. Yeah, so if you're a stroke patient and your left side is good or your right side is bad, or whatever your situation is.
Yeah, like you're saying, Richard, if I had to pick one piece of equipment in this whole facility, it'd be this one. This is the new step. This is a total body recumbent stepper. This is actually my personal piece. This was the first piece of equipment that was in this gym. It was actually in the van when I rode the bicycle across the country. So I'd ride all day and then I'd get in the van and ride this thing. You know, I use this to warm up and I use this to cool down. I use this to stretch my muscles. I use it for circulation.
One of the things that is probably the most important thing to pay attention to when you're a wheelchair user or a spinal cord injury patient is your skin. When skin breaks down, it leads to sores. Sores leads to infections. Infections lead to hospitalizations and surgeries. And sometimes if you don't recover from those hospitalizations and surgeries, you can die. So it's very important to pay attention to your skin at all times. You want to make sure you do your weight shifts. You want to make sure you do your skin checks and check for skin breakdown.
It boils down to mindfulness, self-awareness, being really aware of what you're sitting on, how you're sitting on it, how you're transferring to and from it. I have a heightened sense of awareness about the cushion that I use in my wheelchair. I use a Roho, I inflate it so that I'm sitting on air. When I'm sitting on the new step, you know, I make sure that I'm not sitting on my belt or my belt loops. There aren't any pressure areas that are going to cause a hot spot to flare up. And a lot of us unfortunately learn the hard way. I learned the hard way. Early on, I had a pressure sore right on my tailbone, and they can take you out for weeks, months, and I have a couple friends that have been down for up to a year trying to heal a pressure sore. So it's no joke. Skin integrity is #1 on the list for recovery.
It's a few minutes a day versus 6 months a year of laying on your belly, doing absolutely nothing, destroying your quality of life, taking away your independence. Your mind goes at that point too. You know, you're constantly thinking about all the negativity and you're coping in poor ways. Like it's bad. The worst I've ever had personally was I sat on a heating pad. Again, we learn from mistakes. I had a muscle that was sore and I thought, oh, let me just put this heat pad on it real fast. I got up out of my seat and I thought I'd pee on myself because there was so much water running down my leg, and it was a blister. It was a huge blister that boiled up, popped. That put me in bed 3 months. It was terrible. So
I have the exact same story. Heat pad on the thigh. Ruined a few months for me.
So it appears that you can do it in a double motion like a hand cycle. So you guys out there that use your hand cycles, or if you want, you can split it up like this and do it in an alternating fashion.
Great organizations out there that provide grant funding for ongoing rehab. Organizations like Challenged Athletes Foundation. Locally, there's a Triumph Foundation. I use an organization called the Chanda Plan out of Colorado. I personally am affiliated with Wings for Life, but our prime focus with Wings for Life is spinal cord injury research specifically. But just get online, go under the Christopher Reeves organization, or even go to Shield Healthcare. There's an online resource there. You can even find it on C.O.R.E.'s website. There's an extensive resource section. And just look for your area, find the organization or the granting nonprofit that will fund your ongoing process.
We just wrapped up a great workout. Thanks to Aaron for letting us use his facility. It's been a great time, man. Thanks for having me.
It's been a real pleasure. Thanks for working out with me.
If you're ever in the LA area, or if you live in the LA area and you need any type of therapy, or if you even just need like a really awesome adaptive gym, come check out C.O.R.E.
In addition to that, I did mention that I'm a part of Wings for Life Foundation, spinal cord injury research organization. Wings for Life has this great initiative with Loci. It's a bracelet that has water from Mount Everest and mud from the Dead Sea, so the highest point on Earth and the lowest point on Earth. And it's meant to keep you humble in your highest of highs and your lowest of lows. Always stay balanced. Proceeds from this bracelet goes to Wings for Life for spinal cord injury research. I'd like you to have it, wear it proud.
That's awesome, guys. Check that out.
Find more information at wingsforlife.com. Red Bull has a link to Wings for Life. You can go to Loci, shop for the bracelet, and wear it proudly.
Thanks so much for the workout and the sweet Wings for Life bracelet. Until next time, man.
Not a-